Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
No problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Now here's Edwards. 7 points in the game. Inside, down to 5 on the shot clock. Count that bucket.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Robinson with it. Scoreless thus far. Over Castle, and it's sent back by Kessler. Edwards, good.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Well, a bit ago, Billy Donovan and I were able to talk, and I asked him, how do you contend with the size and skill of Victor Wembanyama? He said, every night we see this guy do something no one has ever seen before. It's kind of like dealing with the unknown. A whole new kind of player needs new schemes. So we'll see some inventiveness out there on the defensive side tonight, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Now Robinson. After the missed 3 from Edwards. And out of bounds, the East All-Stars will have it. And the East All-Stars with some changes. Giannis, he's checked in for Walker Kessler. And Banchero's subbed in for Evan Mobley. The West All-Stars also changing it up. Parks comes in for Şengün. And it's Edwards in for Robinson. Now here's Edwards. 9 points in the game so far. And another miss by the East.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
West All-Stars shooting their first free throw of the and the East with some changes.
Light on the fouls in terms of what's been called tonight. And that's usually the theme in this game.
I agree. I mean, the guys always play reasonably hard, but they don't necessarily play physically, if that makes any sense. The officials' jobs are usually pretty easy in this one.
On the court right now as the second quarter starts for the West All-Stars. Robinson is out there with Doncic. Then it's Alperen Şengün. Then it's Victor Wembanyama.
Look at the big fella working on that possession. He knows how to fend guys off and get those rebounds.
You know, even though they have the lead, you can tell he's frustrated with himself that he's not doing more.
Great open look there.
So good at seeing the floor. Doncic able to set up his open teammates.
The East leading by 6. Outside Edwards. Kessler hits the jumper.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And the West All-Stars have possession. After the basket by the East All-Stars on the other end, they recover it. Pass to Doncic. And the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need him.
And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the East All-Stars?
They're contesting shots and have also come up with some significant blocks, putting a little doubt into the minds of the opposing shooters.
But how about their scoring in transition as well? That's been a big factor to this point. Are those high tops or track shoes these guys are wearing? My goodness.
The East making a switch. Castle's checked in. Edwards against Robinson. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Edwards.
You know, I think he may have forced that pass when there was really no reason to.
The West trails by 9. And here is Robinson. Doncic outside. They get it again. Passes it to Şengün. Mobley with the block. Now Edwards. He's got 14. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Pass to Castle. The 3. Mobley kicks to Edwards. Good, nice job down low. Edwards got the lead up to 11 now for the East All-Stars. Timeout called here by the West. They're going to talk it over. Regarding court layout, Clark, do you think there should be more space around the court to reduce collisions?
Yeah, part of me would say that makes a lot of sense and would be prudent. I mean, you've got to balance that with access to fans who want to be for those premium seats as close to the action as possible. But it is difficult when you see a fan collide with the players. So I think you balance it. I would like to see a little more room, give the fans the experience and access, but maybe create a little more cushion between the playing surface and those high-priced seats.
Now here's Brown after Luka Doncic's miss. Lets it fly. Wembanyama with the rebound. And here's Wembanyama. He'll bring it up for the West All-Stars. They trail by 11. Doncic outside. Lets it go from deep. Kessler with the rebound. Kessler's got his 6th rebound on the night.
Well, I tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Outside Robinson. Now the pass to Wembanyama. Back to Robinson. Shot to stop the run. The West again cannot hit.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Edwards inside. Guarded by Doncic. Here's Mobley. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the East leads by 16.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Now a timeout called by the West All-Stars.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
Barber's check in for the West.
And, you know, the fan voting is what determines the starters in the All-Star game. Then the coaches will decide on the reserves. But either way, whether you're picked by the fans or the coaches, earning the title NBA All-Star, that's an honor none of these players will ever forget.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
Holmgren, he's checked in for the West.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Well, Greg, one thing we know for sure, you know that every player who earned a spot on this roster is going to see his share of action. Spreading the minutes evenly, as you've always talked about, is always a top priority for these All-Star game coaches.
You're so right, Kevin. I mean, for all the hard work these players put in to get here, I mean, each one deserves a chance, if you will, to share the spotlight. It's one of the great things about the All-Star game.
Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for the East. Tatum comes in for Jaylen Brown. The West All-Stars also changing it up. Jackson, he's checked in for Victor Wembanyama. And Anthony Edwards subbed in for Robinson.
Well, he's cooking with grease. He's got things flaming up, looking for an opportunity every time down the floor when he's that hot.
Outside Jackson. Mobley against Holmgren. Back to Jackson. Just 5 to shoot. East grabs the miss. Mobley's got his 4th rebound in this one.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
The West trails by 19. Edwards passes to Barber. And there's the drive. Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
And how about the strength of Jackson there? Uses it whenever he's going up inside and fighting through the contact.
For 3, Edwards drills the three-pointer. Edwards got 26 points.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Edwards passes to Jackson.
And this is where Jackson feasts. And at times, he's just too overwhelming for the D, which results in the foul.
The West All-Stars have knocked down 8 of 9 free throw attempts. And so it's the East All-Stars holding a very comfortable 25-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. And with as many three-pointers as they've drained, it's easy to see why they're on the cusp of a blowout. And it's time to strap in as we get set to bring you the explosive action of the second half of the All-Star game.
And that first half was terrific. I'll bet anything, though, the second has even more in store for him.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I think it's going to be a spectacular final 2 quarters.
Evan Mobley is out there with Walker Kessler. Then it's Castle. Then there's Jaylen Brown. And it's Edwards in at the point guard position. So that's the 5 in the game for the East All-Stars. Şengün finds Doncic. Pass to Holmgren. That one misses. Good D by Mobley.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
And here's Edwards from the arc. The West All-Stars pull it in. And Wembanyama outside.
Doncic, because he's so skilled and so savvy, he does a nice job forcing the defense into tough spots when they're guarding.
The West All-Stars have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line. He's perfect from the line this time. And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for the East. To the paint. Here's Kessler. And the layup is good. Kessler's got 6 points.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
The play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
Passes it to Doncic. There's 3-pointers off the mark. Doncic has gone 40% from the floor in 10 attempts. Here's Castle. Şengün with the rebound. Şengün's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Down low. And it's sent back by Kessler.
And out of the gates here in this second half. Oh! Get it!